And with that, we start day one of a 10-day sojourn here in Las Vegas known as the Summer League. Antonio Harvey about to enter your 5th year as the radio color man for the Portland Trail Blazers, 8-year vet in our beloved NBA. Let's start by talking about Steph Curry, 7th pick to the Golden State Warriors. Do you like him? Do you like the pick?
I absolutely like the pick. I thought going into the draft, of all the guys that were coming out this year, he and Blake Griffin were the two guys that really had the best chance of being impact players early on. You look at what he's able to do. Shooting the ball is a premium in the NBA. But then you look at a guy like Stephen Curry who can go beyond just the ability to shoot. He can shoot. He's smart. He understands how to get his shot, knows how to play within a system. So I like what he brings to the table. And then you add a counterpiece like Monte Ellis next to him, the more dynamic offensive threat, and it's a great balance for the Golden State Warriors.
Well, with those two players, you have a couple of guys that can play the 1 and the 2. They're guards, and they're nasty. Now, for Golden State, speaking of nasty, I think Anthony Randolph is a star in the making. Tell the people at home about this guy's game, because Don Nelson apparently does not agree with me and those who think that Anthony Randolph is destined for stardom. Why were the minutes so weird last year for Anthony Randolph in a rebuilding year for Golden State?
Well, I think it's really Don Nelson. It's not so much a reflection on Andy Randolph's ability. It's Don Nelson trying to keep him in his place. Don Nelson being Don Nelson. He's a rookie. I got to show him the NBA. I'm not going to just give him the reins and let him run out there and wreak havoc. So he held him back. And I think ultimately in the long run, it helps him because he learns to respect the NBA, learns to respect the game. I think that's what a lot of young guys need. But for Anthony Randolph, he can dribble, he can pass, he can shoot. He's got a lot to learn as far as basketball IQ, but he's got the right fundamentals. Came out after his freshman year in college. This is a guy who, in 5 years, we'll be talking about along the class of a upgraded version of Trevor Ariza. He's that good and he's that athletic, but he's got more skills than Trevor has.
And you mentioned Trevor Ariza. He's been the big offseason get for the Houston Rockets. Of course, they lost Ron Artest to the Los Angeles Lakers. They have huge question marks with Yao Ming and the foot, with Tracy McGrady recovering from a pair of surgeries. And the Rockets Summer League team will feature Chase Budinger, Jermaine Taylor, a couple of second-round picks in the 2009 draft that were purchased by the Houston Rockets. They went into draft night without a pick, and they purchased 3. Jermaine Taylor has a hamstring injury. We may not see him for very long here, but talk about Chase Budinger. We will see a lot of him.
Oh, absolutely. Now, this is a young man who, when it's all said and done, has everything that you need to be a great NBA player. The one thing he's missing is the one thing that's hardest to gain, and that's a little bit of heart. And I won't say he's a soft player, but he plays soft. I don't think he's not tough. I think he doesn't present himself. He doesn't always show his motor. I watched him play at Arizona a few times over the course of his career. I like what he brings. He's got a dead-eye shooting touch. He's got a lot of great things that he can use. However, until you learn to play this game as if every minute were your last, you'll struggle.
And Antonio, we are ready to go, and we say hello to everybody listening around the world on NBA.com via NBA Summer League broadband. Glad to have you with us. We are underway. The Golden State Warriors win the tip, and that is AC Law promptly turning it over. AC Law comes over in the trade with Speedy Claxton from the Atlanta Hawks. Jamal Crawford going to Atlanta, and this is no comment at all on Law and Claxton, but I love that deal for Atlanta. They got a stud.
Anthony, I'll tell you what, the guy they got was a guy that I thought one of the targets I thought the Blazers were going to have this summer. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way. But again, I think this is a chance for Ty Lawson to show what he's got a chance, what he can do rather.
Brad Newley with the miss. Rebound comes to James Flight White, in and out on that. Flight White won the dunk contest at Dream Factory Friday night at All-Star Weekend last year. The D-League has their own version of the NBA's All-Star Saturday night, and James White can get up. They're soft, Jay, but just off the mark. This is Brad Newley, Australian, drafted a couple of years ago by Houston, and he is fouled. Brad Newley, 54th overall selection in 2007 to the Houston Rockets, and he is from Australia, played there for about 3 years. He's played the last couple of years in Greece.
And this is a young man, especially for a team like the Houston Rockets, who are going to struggle at that small forward position. You don't know what Tracy McGrady is going to do. You don't know what's going to happen with Yao Ming. So there are roster spots to be had. In fact, Houston winning, I think it was a $6 million exception just recently because of Yao's injury. That had not anticipating that he will be back this season. So Newley certainly has a great shot at making this team. They'll have to battle, but it can't be done.
Turnover in the backcourt. Golden State ball. And there you see Stephen Curry. And in doing my research for this broadcast and for the Summer League, I did not know this, but Stephen Curry averaged 2.1 steals for his entire college career. That is also a part of his game.
Absolutely, and he's not so much a risk taker. He's in the right position with his feet, but he uses those long arms to get to the ball.
Here's Anthony Randolph. Speaking of long arms, toe on the line, and he slashes it along too.
Put him out there with the Yao Ming. His skill set dictates that he'll have some success.
That's the problem, though, is here's Curry from three, and it's good. So the first shot taken in his professional career goes in, and it's three.
I'll tell you what, this young man, like I said, he to me is potentially a Brandon Boyd type impact player in just this rookie season.
Marty Lunin, this is the J. Rebound tapped out to Conroy. Nice feed underneath to Dorsey, hanging in the air, fighting for that loose ball, and it comes out to Randolph, and he will show you the handle. This guy is long. He's a power forward at 3/4, but look at him handle the ball. Step back J just off the mark, rebound to Dorsey. I love that guy's game.
I'll tell you what, you look at him and you don't see it because he's kind of laid back, doesn't show a whole lot of emotion, and yet, here it is.
And Anthony Randolph's going to take off. Oh, he laid it in softly. Well, he must be building up to something special because I wanted to see a jam right there. 7-1 Golden State.
Well, he's showing, this is the thing that really bothered Don Nelson the most last year was his defensive presence on the floor. He's really worked in the offseason to get better at that, and you can certainly see that he's more dedicated to the defensive end. And if he can show this offseason, I think he's got a great future. And I think even Don Nelson will have to take a step back and say, maybe this is a kid that can help us.
Moving screen called on the Houston Rockets. Offensive foul to Marty Lunin, rookie out of Oregon. Steph Curry guarded by the long James White. Lunin trying to guard Randolph. That's a mismatch. Underneath to Cartier-Martin. He hangs and just muscles that ball into the basket. So Golden State is off to a great start here, 9-1.
Yeah, Houston really struggling to find any offense whatsoever, and you can see that guys like Stephen Curry, their offensive abilities, there's not a true offensive player on the entire Houston Rockets team, a guy that you can say, hey, I'll give you the ball, everybody get out of the way, you go get me a bucket.
Good point, and the closest thing to that is this man, James White. He's going for his, runs right into Jamario Davidson, a couple of D-League bets, and James White draws the foul.
I'll tell you, James White is getting extremely frustrated right now by a young man who, as you said, people didn't respect his ability on the defensive end of the court, but Stephen Curry is in James White's jock right now.
Here is Lunin handing off to Newley. Back to Marty Lunin, drives on Randolph. Will Conroy, shot clock an issue, and that shot was blocked, but a foul is called on Stephen Curry, and that's two quick ones on the rookie out of Davidson.
Now, I'm not sure I agree with that call. And maybe not so much that one, but the one before wasn't a lot of contact on the part of Stephen Curry. He's doing a great job of moving his feet. And in the NBA Summer League, this isn't a place where you want to take him out. Normally with 2 fouls, you get a guy out of the game. But having been through, in my 12 years as a pro, 8 years in the league, I think I played in 9 Summer Leagues. So I'm an expert on not fouling out of Summer Leagues. In fact, sometimes I would just foul. Why not? They can't kick you out.
You don't give up any hard layups here in the Summer League. Then again, it is a laid-back atmosphere. It's not playoff basketball, but Steph Curry remains in the game with those 2 fouls, and that is the way of the Summer League. And Will Conroy with the rare free throw that goes off the rim and over the backboard. You rarely see that, but a couple of free throws for Houston. They trail by 7.
At some point, somebody on the Houston Rockets team has to step up and start making baskets. Maybe it'll be that second unit featuring Chase Budinger, as we talked about, but also a guy they really like, Garrett Temple.
Here's Jamario Davidson. Out to Cartier-Martin, baseline J, in and out, rebound to Dorsey. Cartier-Martin, an interesting story. Last year, spent it with the Charlotte Bobcats. Apparently, he's not a part of their plans if he's here with another team in the Summer League.
Well, and you look at what Houston has, you look at guys that they're going to lose. Von Wayford not going back to the Houston Rockets. And you know, Rick, one of the things you got to consider, I hear the fans behind us moaning and groaning with every call, but they've got to realize this is Summer League for the players. This is Summer League for the officials as well. So they're all learning the game. There's a lot of learning that goes on. Learning for me, first time on the TV. So it's a lot of learning going on in NBA Summer League.
It's great to be here with you, Antonio. Nice backdoor feed to Will Martin. Layups. And it is 9-4, first field goal of this tournament for the Houston Rockets. Here is AC Law turning the corner. Nice time to Randolph, and a tough angle goes glass over Dorsey, and it's 11-4 Golden State. Dorsey guarded by Davidson, off to Newley. He's open, it's off. Rebound to Davidson. And a foul on Jamario Davidson. He moved Joey Dorsey out of the way, and he got the whistle.
I tell you what, if you move Joey Dorsey out of the way, you get a lot of movement. That is a big, strong young man. The kind of guy, like I said, he's got the perfect NBA body. He's just got to develop some NBA offense.
And a timeout on the floor. 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Golden State 11. Houston 4. Stephen Curry, he has 3 points. And we will return with more action on NBA Summer League Broadband in a moment. The action continues here from Las Vegas. Off the foul and the timeout. Houston with the rock. Here's Will Conroy for 3. Law. Rebound comes out to Curry. And he leads the break for Golden State. Good balance by Houston. Good show right there by Dorsey. But feet underneath Curry to Davidson with a flush. 13-4 GSW.
I'll tell you what, you can say what you want about this young man, but when you have a high basketball like you're going to find ways to be successful. That time he looked the entire defense off, much like a quarterback sitting in the pocket. He stands back, holds the ball, looks the defense to the one side of the court, springs it right underneath the basket for an easy layup for Jamario Davis.
James White, quick trigger, and it's good. That was a contested 3. AC Law all over him. James White knocks it down, and Houston back in the game, 13-7. Curry had that shot blocked. Nice rejection by James White. Loose ball fought for him. Out with it comes Joey Dorsey. Lunin down to White. And he got the layup to go. So Houston surging here midway through the first quarter. They are within 4. AC Law. 11th pick to Atlanta a couple of years ago. Here's Randolph making his move on Lunin. Throws up a wild shot. And the loose ball comes to Houston. Marty Lunin had it knocked away. Here's White crossing the timeline. Will Conroy, 2-time NBA D-League All-Star. And he takes the feed from Lunin, and here he goes. Takes it right at Davidson, and he draws the foul. So Will Conroy kind of letting everything happen early in this first quarter. Now he's being assertive. Now he's being aggressive. He's attacking. He's looking for his, and good things are happening for the Houston Rockets as a result.
Well, we talk about somebody having to step up, and right now the 2 guys for the Houston Rockets that are really playing big, Anthony Randolph, I'm sorry, not Anthony Randolph, but James White and Will Conroy. These are the guys. Somebody had to do it. You want to make a team next season, this is where you do it, especially a team like the Houston Rockets. They're going to have positions available. If you don't step up and take advantage of these opportunities, then you're a fool. This is a great chance for these young men. Chase Budinger, James White, Will Conroy, there are positions to be had. You look at Houston's roster, they don't really have a backup. They don't have a third point guard. They've got a backup, but they don't have that third point guard that every NBA team needs.
It's a very good point. They drafted Sergio Llull out of Spain in the draft, but he is not here with the team. The thought is that I guess that he will be over in Spain for at least another year. So you're right. They do not have a third point guard behind Brooks and Lowry, and then is Anthony Randolph once again showing you the J. His game is multifaceted, as you see the replay right there. 15-11 Golden State, and Randolph and Lunin fight for the ball right in front of us, and it will stay with the Houston Rockets. Antonio, this note, Anthony Morrow and Raymond Ritter, fantastic PR guy with the Golden State Warriors, just gave us this note. Morrow sprained his left ankle last night at practice. He should play in the next game or two, and an over and back violation called here on Will Conroy. And Anthony Morrow is a Summer League success story. Last year, undrafted out of Georgia Tech, makes 17 of 23 threes here at the Vegas Summer League. And all he did, Antonio, was go on to lead the NBA in three-point shooting as a rookie for Don Nelson's team. Well,
as a Portland Trailblazer announcer, I can tell you, this young man is the real deal from the three-point line. Killed just for 30 points early in the season with a couple of nice set-up jumpers, a couple of wide-open jump shots. He's just one of those guys that can do so many different things on the floor. He's athletic enough to use his jump shot to spring free and get to the rim. And if you're not careful, he'll put one down on you.
Steph Curry didn't like that call. Goes against him and the Warriors. Third foul here in this first quarter for Steph Curry. Two of them have been questionable.
Well, the argument right there was the defender in the circle. From our replay, it was hard to tell, but live, it looked like he was standing inside the circle. But again, these are NBA Summer League officials trying to earn their way to the NBA just like the players.
Here's Buddinger's first touch. Rookie out of Arizona. Down with Darryl Watkins. Double comes in, a good double from Steph Curry. He tipped that one. He came to law. Here's Randolph. And he throws it down viciously here in Las Vegas.
Anthony Randolph with 10 points in the first quarter. Rick Kamala, 5 of 7 from the field. This young man is showing he's got some things to show to prove to the NBA.
He's got some things to prove to Don Nelson, who's over on the other side of the court wearing one of the funkiest shirts I've ever seen.
It's Don Nelson. Are you really shocked?
It's like Ed Hardy on acid. You know what I mean? 17-14 Golden State.
Chase Budding is showing his ability to step out and knock down a three-point shot. Nice step back three right there.
Mario Davidson with a low touch, making his moves on Watkins. Watkins not having it. Repost to Davidson. Air ball. Good defense on that sequence by Darryl Watkins. Budinger looking for that shot. Good rebound underneath by Marty Lunin. And the rookie out of Oregon, 6'9", 220, puts it in. Curry kind of double pumped that shot, missed it, rebounded Budinger. James White from the corner. Curry is active. We saw the double team. He forced the turnover that led to the Randolph dunk right there. Throwing his body around, getting involved. I like the look.
Oh, I'll tell you what, like I said, this young man has the potential. He's definitely first team all-rookie next season. There's no doubt about it. And I think he has probably one of the brightest futures outside of Blake Griffin in the entire rookie class this year. People talk about Ricky Rubio and all the great things he did. Stephen Curry, is without a doubt the brightest future in outside of Blake Griffin in this class.
The Warriors 17 and the Rockets 16. We are here in Vegas. This is the NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports. Live coming to you from NBA.com on NBA Summer League broadband.
Guard I see, you go over the guy, all right? Relax, breathe, just take it back up again, all right? Take it naked before we get the second hand up again, all right? Get our win, we'll put you in, all right? Here, do this too. We got our 4 up back, good. Wait, come out middle, come on the side, here, read, we pop back. Walk on there, got step out elbow, all right? Clear? You got rebound, Joe. got your own cable? Yeah. What a bitch.
So we welcome you back to Las Vegas. A couple of substitutions for the Golden State Warriors. Joe Ingles, the rookie out of Australia. And also Jared Jordan, drafted a couple of years ago by the Los Angeles Clippers, 45th overall. Point guard out of Marist, wearing number 25. And he just got shoved by Darryl Watkins. Here is Temple for Houston. Into the game for the Rockets, and he promptly knocks it down. Garrett Temple, 6'6", 190 rookie out of LSU.
And they really like this young man. I was talking to a couple of the Houston Rockets assistants talking about his practice habits, and they said he's showing great basketball IQ, showing an ability to understand the NBA game. He's got a great chance of being the third player.
Tip ball there by Budinger. And off the hands of Hunter. And back to the Houston Rockets, who have taken a lead. I believe it was 9-1 to start the game for Golden State. It's been basically all Rockets ever since. Out of bounds, off of Temple, and Golden State will take it back.
Well, they say the hardest thing you do in the NBA, or at any real level, is to keep a lead. It's one thing to build the lead, one thing to come from behind, but when you get those big leads, you have a tendency to relax, and as soon as you do that at this level, a couple of three-point shots, a couple of good defensive stops, and all of a sudden the opposition is right back at you.
Golden State going with a two-point guard look. Here's AC Law. I mentioned Jordan a moment ago. Law got caught up in the air, and it was picked off by Mike Green, number 9, rookie out of Butler. Watkins guarded by Hunter. Good job by Watkins staying after it. Under 10 on the shot clock. Watkins with a bad pass, and it's picked off by Ingles. Ingles, nice feed to Law. Back to Randolph, and he matches again.
I tell you, they are looking for him, they're finding him, and he is delivering the way a young man should. You know, you talked about Watkins a second ago. That ended up in a turnover, and that's the opposite of what you want to do if you're in the summer league. You don't want to try to overextend and do things you're not comfortable with. That'll get you cut as quick as anything else.
Good play by Dan Green, looking for that foul. None coming. That was the end of the first quarter. So the Golden State Warriors got out to a 9-1 lead, and they take a 19-18 lead to the second quarter. This is game 1 of 55 from the Vegas, the NBA Summer League from Las Vegas, presented by EA Sports, coming to you live on NBA.com via NBA Summer League broadband.
Hey, can I bring my own fucking food?
As long as it has rollers on it.
Oh, I have rollers. Can I bring my little beach chair and shit?
Nah. That's against the NBA policy.
Oh, really?
You have to wait.
To Las Vegas, Nevada. Rick Tamla in former NBA player Antonio Harvey. We're here at the Clayton Pavilion watching the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. GSW leads 19-18. The star of that first quarter was Anthony Randolph, still in the game for the Warriors. 12 points on 6 of 8 from the floor. Also had a couple of steals for the Houston Rockets, led by James White with 5 and Will Conroy with 5. Stephen Curry making his professional debut. 7th pick out of Davidson to the Warriors. 4 fouls in that first quarter. Had 3 points on 3. He was 1 of 3 from the field. But don't worry, Warrior fans and Curry fans. foul out here at the NBA Summer League until your 10th foul. So he's in mini foul trouble. He's in quasi foul trouble.
And I don't know that you actually foul out as much as it's a penalty. You get a foul, your 11th foul, the other team shoots a free throw. You might need to check that. That's the old rule. I don't know what the new rule is. But when I was playing, this has been 5 years, you didn't foul out. When you committed number 11, the opposition got an extra free throw regardless of the situation. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But again, that's one of those things that Stephen Curry's going to have to learn how to moderate those fouls. Don't get over-aggressive because you end up hurting yourself and hurting the team. So we'll pay attention to how he progresses over the course of this week regarding learning how to use those fouls.
And they're having an issue with the scoreboard here, thus the delay at the start of the second quarter. They currently have the Warriors at 50.
And climbing.
And climbing, and they're not even playing, which makes it weird. But, for the Houston Rockets, we need to talk about Jermaine Taylor. They purchased his rights on draft night. He was basically drafted by the Washington Wizards with the 32nd overall pick for the Houston Rockets. Of course, the Washington Wizards bailed on their 5th pick. They got Randy Foye and Mike Miller. They bailed on that 32nd pick. They just didn't want those young players, that additional money. They want to go with vets. So the Houston Rockets said, thank you very much. We will happily take Jermaine Taylor, 6'4", 210, stud out of Central Florida, averaged 26.2 PPG last year, was Conference USA Player of the Year. Problem is, Jermaine Taylor has a hamstring injury. It occurred on the first day of practice. Antonio, we saw him out here warming up. He looked okay. He wasn't totally exerting it, but apparently he will not play in this game.
And that's probably the best thing to do. This is a guy that the Houston Rockets thinks can help them in years to come. So why even take a chance? Certainly a summer league. And a hamstring is one of those injuries. It'll either heal quickly if you let it, or it can take months to heal. So this is the right thing to do. Take your time, no rush. Let him get back 100% healthy and see how it goes. But to me, and this is just in my experience being around players in the NBA, when you learn to score at a high number, you can score at just about any level. That's what impresses me the most about Steph Curry is I know he'll be a great NBA scorer because he has a scorer's mentality. And no matter how many shots he misses, the next one is going in. At least that's the way he thinks.
When you can flirt with 30 points per game in NCAA Division I basketball, you're a monster.
Exactly.
And that game will translate to the NBA no matter who you are. And when you have the pedigree of a Steph Curry, of course, the son of a long-time NBA sniper Del Curry, things are going to go well for you. Turnover, Jared Jordan back to Golden State. Get Randolph to his right, elects to go to Joe Ingles, the left-handed Australian. Catches nothing but air. Rebound to Rod Benson out of Cal on the weak side. Here's Budinger. Nice pass from Green. And Budinger gets the athletic finish.
Now, that's one side of the chicken that a lot of people don't talk about. This dude is a supreme athlete. He can get up when he needs to, but again, that motor just doesn't rev high enough to impress NBA scouts.
Randolph tests the waters from 3. His left toe was on the 3-point line, so that one is off. And Antonio, as you know very well, that's the worst shot in basketball.
No doubt about it. A toe on the line, a foot over the line, it might as well be a 3. Back up a couple of feet and make sure it counts for what it's supposed to count for.
You know who leads the league in that in the NBA? Brian Scalabrine. Every time the dude makes a 3, here's Watkins from the baseline. And I shouldn't say every, but it seems like every time he makes a 3, a big 3 for Boston. Nope, long 2. You got to have the wherewithal. I thought he was going for his basketball IQ.
Oh, nice shot. Nice running hook right there. A lost art in the NBA. Rick Kamler, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar running skyhook, unfortunately, not able to go in, but that's a great move just the same.
Here's Rod Benson, moving and grooving. He kicked it out to Mike Green for 3. And the rebound off of Rod Benson. It will go to the Warriors, who trail by 1. 8:20 to go in the first half here. Game 1 of 55 from the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. We're here at Cox Pavilion. In a couple of days, they're going to start sprinkling in some games from the Thomas and Mack. We always love getting over there.
I tell you, if you're a basketball fan, I got a tweet from a guy today that said, $15 too much to pay to watch this level of basketball. I told him, if you're a basketball fan, you'll pay $25 for this, and if you have to, you'll pay a little bit more. This is great basketball. There are, out of the 19 teams, there are probably 50 or 60 guys that'll be in the NBA next year.
Wait a second. Some guy actually tweeted you that $15 is too high.
Because I told him, I'm going
To
to be
me,
down
they're
here.
giving it away at $15.
That's what I said too. $15 for this. I said, hey, we're going to be down here broadcasting. $15. His response. But here's a guy who A, doesn't have $15, or B, isn't a basketball
Now,
player.
I think he's a hater.
Maybe that's what it is.
I just think he's a hater. I mean, even if you're a minimum wage worker in the United States, you can afford $15 for 55 games if you are a basketball junkie. That is Garrett Temple hitting it again and bringing a big smile to the face of Daryl Morey, GM of these Rockets. Strong take by AC Law. They score the goal, get AC to the line.
Well, unfortunately, as is normally the case, the guy makes a great play like the three-pointer, then he comes down, smiles a little bit. Meanwhile, the offensive player is taking him to the cup. But, now, Rick, I haven't seen you on Twitter. Are you Twittering?
I am, and I need to apologize to my followers. When I'm out of pocket, Antonio, I'm out of pocket. I'm serious. When I'm working, I'm tweeting, and when I'm not working, I'm hanging out with the wife and kids.
I understand.
And I'm not taking even 3 minutes to go out there on Twitter land. It's just how I roll. But I will be tweeting here over the next 10 days here from Las Vegas, giving you sort of my impressions and, obviously taking questions and trying to help you all out, make sense of some of these guys that you don't know much about.
Rick, that's an interesting thing. I'm the exact same way. I'll give you, during the off-season, I'll give you 1, 2, maybe 3 a week. During the season, I tweet during the games. And, a lot of people are like, how do you take this time? Well, first of all, there's a lot of time. There's a lot of downtime. And I think fans want to know, what do you think? Because there's some things that I just can't say on the air.
But you can say it on Twitter.
You can say it on Twitter.
You can get a little looser on Twitter.
Exactly.
Stephen Curry back into the game for GSW, and off the jump ball. It is won by Houston. Back to Green.
So, I am enjoying this, and when I got the phone call and I was offered the opportunity to come down.
Now, what is this? You're pulling up Twitter, Rick Campbell. That is not me.
No, that is not you. Now,
that's an imposter site. They're ripping me off, man.
And you're not getting any royalties for it. That's the bad thing. So what is?
No, but I got to be careful what they're saying under my name.
No,
I'm not happy about that at all.
That was correct spelling. That's a
Dude,
problem.
I didn't think I was nearly big enough to have a vulture site on
Oh
Twitter.
man, come on. You are the Rick Campbell.
I didn't know. Yeah, I got to put the real Rick Campbell now, right?
You got to go with the real Rick Campbell. It can't just be. This is a guy in Orlando. Who is this guy? He's got some scary-looking demon guy.
Yeah, but he's ripping me off. I'll tell you that.
Just not right, Rick. That's just not right.
Man. Well, he did get the spelling of my name right, though, so I'm kind of impressed.
All right, man. I'm an NBA TV guy. I pay attention.
My name is butchered more than you can even understand. Kamala, Campbell. It's annoying. It's Campbell. Deal with it. Rod Benson gets the offensive rebound and one. Deal with Rod Benson.
Well, I'll tell you what, now you're talking about a guy trying to make a team. Rod Benson showing what he can do, showing some strong power moves. And, and Rick, I don't know if you know this, but I had an older brother who played professional football, played 14 years in the NFL. And we used to talk all the time.
What was his first name?
Richard Harder, a linebacker.
What, the Detroit Lions?
No. Better team than that. But he told me after going into my rookie year, he said some leagues and some of the camps are designed to show what you can't do more than anything else.
That's a great point. That is a great point, which speaks to your point from earlier in this broadcast. You got to stay within what you do, because these scouts, if you're a point guard, that distributes the ball, they don't want you jacking up a bunch of threes. Just play your game.
Now, if you have the ability to make them, and you can show it as Rod Benson did on that power move, that's going to be impressive. Now they're going to say, oh, this is a dimension we didn't know about. But if you go out and jack them up and don't make them, you can work yourself right out of the job.
No question. Hunter missed that baseline, Jay. Back up to Budinger for the Houston Rockets. Nice intercept right there by Ingles. The loose ball goes to Hunter. George back to Hunter and slams it down. This has been a dunk fest for the Golden State Warriors, and they're back within 3.
Well, to that point, Golden State right now shooting 48% from the field. The Houston Rockets just 43. That's a huge discrepancy. That tells you a lot. The Houston Rockets do a terrible job, rather, of controlling the ball. They've got 10 turnovers, leading to 15 points. You've got to keep the ball in your hands if you want to try to win.
Jack Sitma and his staff call timeout for the Houston Rockets. This is the NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports, live on NBA.com via NBA Summer League broadband.
guess Channel 5 got rid of all their production, man. Like all their studio guys, they went all automated cameras. That's what my friend said.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of people to cut.
That was at 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Going to all that automated cameras.
Yeah, that's studio, right? All the studio.
Yeah.
I've been gaining followers without even being on there.
We're here, I guess, like KNBC.
Yeah,
supposed
we're
to hire
back
some type
in
of like
LV.
producer,
At the
editor,
Cox
slash some
Pavilion.
shit.
Rick Hamlin, an NBA
They're
veteran,
supposed
Antonio
to
Harvey.
watch all the feeds,
He
write
calls
everything,
games for the
and
Portland
send them to,
Trailblazers with Brian
KBBC
Weaver,
here,
a.k.a.
and get rid of all their
Wheels.
editors out here.
I've gone on the radio with you. I've gone on the radio with Wheels. Say hi to him for me, Wheels, if you're watching out there on
He'll be
NBA
here.
Summer League broadband. What's going on? And do you have the real Rick Hamlin Twitter sign up?
Not yet. Well, you mean the
And by the way, it's
injury.
NBA TV Rick.
Exactly. NBA TV Rick, Twitter.com/NBA TV Rick to follow Rick. You're already up to 3,000. I gotta get on. I gotta catch up. I'm only got just under 800.
Oh man.
And my Twitter site is Twitter.com/PDXTone. So give us a follow. You want to find out what's happening here at the Summer League.
Let's keep pumping you up, man. We got to get you into quadruple digits. And that is a 3-point goal for the Houston Rockets. They take a 30-24 lead.
Yes,
That was Temple hitting again.
I'll tell you what, Garrett Temple, like I said, he's a guy that really like. This is what you want to see from Chase Budinger. Showing that you can handle the rock, make the right decision, and then knock down the three.
Here's Jordan wisely. Just shovel feeds it to Curry. And smashes it. Rather, he pours that one into the basket. Steph Curry now has 2 threes in his NBA debut, his NBA Summer League debut. He has 6 points.
If Don Nelson can figure out what to do with that backcourt, they have a very explosive scoring potential with Ellis and now Curry coming in. Curry is one of those guys who doesn't need a lot. I mean, you saw it right there. He doesn't have to have the ball, bring it up the floor. He fills the lane, waits for the ball, sets his feet, and I'm convinced when he gets his feet set and square, there's not many better shooters maybe ever to come out of the college game. His dad obviously being one of them. But this dude gets it off, and he's got an array of taking to the cup, floated over the top shots as well.
Now we're enjoying him here in his first professional game. And this is an historic broadcast on NBA Summer League broadcast. Almost a nice catch flushed by Joey Dorsey. Needs another inch or two to convert that one. Here's Green to Budinger, and again, Budinger looking good out here.
Well, and this is what it's all about. You know, a second-round pick, you got to earn your money. But he was an early second-round pick, so people like him. And I think right now, if you're an early second-round pick, your chances are better than if you're a late first-round pick.
Steph Curry being guarded well by Garrett Temple. And here's Randolph going against Dorsey. Saw the crossover right there, the pull-up J, and it is. Doing it out here.
You said it. You called it early on. You said this is the guy you want to watch. Well, he's giving you a show right now.
And a turnover right there. Bad pass by Dorsey right into the chest of Hunter. And then Hunter needed to find a guard. Up ahead to Budinger. Show us what you got, Chase. Oh, it was short. He got it back, though. Here's Dorsey. Oh, he was going to try to throw it down to Randolph. Anthony Randolph takes that foul. And then finds Dorsey. No ill will at all. Just playing ball.
Well, if you chase Budinger, you make a couple of great athletic finishes.
And then that.
And then you drop one. Oh, that's the opposite of what you want to do. But those kinds of things happen. Obviously, Chase Budinger first game out, maybe a little nervous, mistimed his step, and that was, to be perfectly honest, it was not a great pass by Green. It was a little high, so it was lofty. He had to wait for it.
Hold on a second.
Pressure of the defense.
Hold on a second.
No.
Green has bodies all over him from the free throw line down here. Throws a Peyton Manning to Reggie Wayne into layup. I take umbrage with that analysis. And Antonio, we're going to do this from time to time. I love disagreements on the air. But how can you diss Green when Budinger missed the layup?
I didn't really diss Green. I just said it wasn't the greatest of passes. No, that was just a terrible layup by Chase Budinger.
There you go.
And that'll kill you right there for sure.
Dorsey puts in that free throw.
I mean, look at this. I mean, how do you not? I mean, you had an angle. The pass wasn't the greatest, but he short-armed it. How do you short-arm a layup?
Well, was he hearing footsteps from Anthony Randolph, who can't pin you?
It makes you wonder if he didn't see somebody coming up behind him.
It's Golden State with the rock under 10 on the shot clock. Here is Jared Jordan. The double come. Nice catch by Hunter. Short with that layup. He rushed that shot. Back comes Will Conroy. Too far with that pass. Now that was a bad pass. And Conroy is my guy. But
Now, see, I disagree.
Okay.
I thought that was a good pass, but Joey Dorsey wasn't looking. And what's the first thing? If you're going to run the floor, find the ball. That time, Joey Dorsey had an angle to receive a pass and lay it up, but he never looked back to see where the ball was.
And Antonio, I stand corrected. You're right. I'm wrong on that one. Here's Randolph. The double comes. Curry gets the feet set. Oh, I can't believe he missed it.
I mean, it's just to give you an idea of how great a shooter this kid is. When he misses, the entire crowd went, oh. It was a letdown because you anticipate that when he comes out of his hands, there's a strong possibility he's going to hit.
I thought I heard the same size when Budinger blew that layup, but maybe that's just me. Rockets 34, Warriors 29, 2:59 to go in the second quarter. This is the NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports, coming to you live on NBA.com via NBA Summer League broadband. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment capital of the world. Rick Kamla, Antonio Harvey, Rockets with the rock up 34-29 on the Warriors. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half of Game 1 of 55 of this 10-day run in Las Vegas for the NBA Summer League. Marty Lumen goes up, scores it, and the foul. And he will head to the line. So the Houston Rockets, after a brutal start to this game, dropping down into a 9-1 hole, led back into the game by James White and Will Conroy. Now they have a chance to go up 8.
Well, I'll tell you, it's just like we said, though. Any big lead, especially early in a game, the one thing coaches always talk to you about is if you're going to play at this league, you've got to play every possession like it's your last. I thought the Rockets came out and did that, built that lead, and then all of a sudden relaxed, thinking they had the game in hand, and that's just never the case at this level. 9 points, 8 points at the NBA, that's just 3 possessions. You can't take any time off.
Anthony Randolph determined to show us the handle on this possession. Missed that sort of floating runner to his left. Is that where a left-hander wants to be? Because I know right-handed shooters like drifting left because the right hand is still closer to the rim. But he's a lefty drifting left. Is that not where he wants to be?
That's exactly not where he wants to be. It takes so much energy to turn your body that full revolution to try to get square again and get your feet under you. He likes it and he can do it because he's so athletic, but you never want to find yourself if you can help it in that position.
Well, Marty Lunin showing you why he's starting on this Rockets Summer League team, knocking down that field goal. Long rebound comes to Anthony Randolph. Juan Prowl, number 20, into the game for Golden State. Randolph post up, now a face up on Lunin. Little hesitation. He was slammed by Joey Dorsey. Fantastic defense.
Well, Dorsey's one of those guys who has the ability because of his body and his athletic ability. And I thought when he was at Memphis a year ago, playing with James, what's that guy? You know that guy, that Rookie of the Year guy. He's a pretty good player in Chicago. You know the guy.
D-Rose.
Yeah, oh, he is tremendous. I thought that Joey Dorsey was a lot of the reason why they made it as far as they did in the tournament.
Yeah, he was great. And here is Curry on the drive. A little bit of a weird release right there. Curry Whoa. Giving up the body here at the Vegas Summer League.
Well, that's the kind of hustle he's going to have to display on a regular basis. It can't just be here in the Summer League. He's got to dominate the Summer League and translate that into solid play in the regular season. But he certainly has all the skills, Rick Camilla, to be a great NBA player.
Antonio, as we watch Dorsey here on a post-up, facing up now. Nice feed. And Will Conroy, rather, converts that way. The Rockets are back up 10. I think for Anthony Randolph, if he gets the minutes, if he's the starting power forward for the Golden State Warriors and gets 30 minutes a game, I think he's going to be in the running for most improved player of the year.
There's no doubt about it. If he plays 32 with his skill set, because I still haven't seen anything that you can actually stop even at the highest NBA levels. He's got a fluid jump shot. He's got a great handle. He's got the ability to go around people. He has what it takes.
AC Law showing you he has what it takes, coming off that screen and knocking it down. AC Law, a wonderful career at Texas A&M. And as a matter of fact, Antonio, they raised his #1 to the Raptors. He's the only player in Texas A&M history in any sport to have his number retired. Big block right there by Trout. And Anthony Randolph making himself big, but he picks up the foul on James White.
And now we're seeing what Joey Dorsey, this is why he was drafted, I believe he was the first pick of the second round a year ago. This is the reason why, as strong as he is, he's down there moving bodies without actually moving. You know, he's just kind of shuffling his body, and as he does that, guys are just clearing space because he's so big, strong, and physical. He's one of those guys that if you're not real careful, and I used to hate him because he's not real tall. You know, he's only like 6'6", you know, in tennis shoes. But he's so long and he's so strong that he gets underneath you. As tall guys like Anthony Randolph, it doesn't take much for us anyway. You get a guy like Joey Dorsey, he gets into your body, you find yourself out by the three-point line trying to box him out, and there's not much you can do when he creates that much space.
Joey Dorsey listed at 6'8", 268. You're not buying that listing at all, are you?
I'm saying 6'5", 270.
Whoa, you're calling him 6'5".
I might need to be quiet because I don't think I want to get into a tussle with Joey Dorsey. He's a big, strong dude.
He's a big, strong dude. And he may have a real significant role with this Rockets team if Yao Ming cannot play this upcoming season. He's still deliberating whether or not he's going to have surgery on that foot. If he has the surgery, and if he is out for the year, I read a rumor today on Hoops Hype that maybe Theo Ratliff could go to the Houston Rockets. But currently on the roster, you have Chuck Hayes, filled in well for Yao in the playoffs, and you have Joey Dorsey, and that's it at the center position.
Right, and they lost, and you know it's been so long since we had to call a game, but they had another big man, that Carl Landry. You know, he's leaving. You know, he's a free agent, so he, you know, they have.
You think he's leaving?
Well, I think he wanted to leave. I think that the Rockets may tie him down. I think there's an option on his contract.
They can't let him go, man. I like
Not now. I think he's a high rev guy that you want to have around if you can help it. Now, they've got pieces to rebuild. I just don't think that they're ready right now. But certainly, you know, with the point guard there that they have and some of the other guys, they have a lot of potential on their roster.
Aaron Brooks, the point guard you're mentioning, love him. He was an absolute revelation here at the NBA Summer League a couple of years ago. That was the year when Nate Robinson won Summer League MVP. I don't know if they went, you know, 2 and 3 and 4 in the voting booth, but I'll tell you what, as a courtside observer of a lot of the games, I thought Aaron Brooks was the second best player. Here's Newly from the foul line at the end of the first half, and it is off. But the Rockets were on from about midway through the first quarter, here through halftime, and the Rockets lead 42-34. The Rockets led off the bench by Garrett Temple with 8 points, and we have a player down.
I think it's AC Law. It looks like it's AC Law. I can't tell what happened, but AC Law down right now on the floor. This is not a good sign. This is a young man who is really looking to rebuild his career. It doesn't look like it's anything major from what we're seeing. He's getting back up right now, but certainly not something that you want to have happen. A guy go down during the NBA Summer League. If the coaching staff is there with him, Anthony Morrow helping him up, so I'm assuming that everything is good.
He gets up slowly. He's walking off now under his own power. It looks like he just kind of rubbed the top of his head. And the trainer looked like he was initially sort of bracing his neck, now wanting to move real quickly after the impact, but walking off under his power, and that is a real good sign for AC Law, his family, and the Golden State Warriors. So the Rockets lead 42-34 here at the end of the first half, and you are watching the NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports, live on NBA.com via NBA Summer League broadband.
Decker, I wanted to say that
Really shut down the offense.
Same starting lineup for both teams to start this third quarter as starting first. Lucy Law is back out there for the Golden State Warriors. Much ado about not much at the end of that first half with his injury, and that is fantastic news. Joey Dorsey with the miss. Loon tracks down the loose ball, and it's recovered by Anthony Randolph.
This is what I love about this cat right here. He gets the ball, gets the rebound, takes it the length of the court. I am convinced that in today's NBA, if you want to win, you got to have three guys that can push it up the floor because it increases your tempo. You go from scoring 90 to 105 points a game, and you got three guys that can and are willing, like Kidu Turkoglu, to push the court.
In Golden State, assuming Anthony Randolph plays the majority of the minutes at the four, they have four of those guys. At the three, you have Steven Jackson. At the one, you have, I don't even know how it's going to work out. Probably Monte Ellis at the one, and the man striding to the line here, Steph Curry at the two. But you have four guys now who can ably bring that ball up the court. And as you take a look at Anthony Randolph and his handle going coast to coast, doesn't he remind you of Lamar Odom?
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
with that left hand.
Absolutely. More skills than Lamar Odom at a younger age, but same type of player, and maybe not as mean LO. You know, another guy that, from what I'm hearing, man, is starting to get on the radar for the Portland Trailblazers. And as heated as the rivalry between those two teams has been lately, it will be interesting to see Lamar Odom and how Blazer fans would react to having him on that roster.
Will Conroy back on the attack for Houston. I want to revisit that conversation in just a moment. This is James White off the glass and then blocked by Anthony Randolph. So a goaltend called wisely by the officials. 9:11 to go in the third, and the Rockets lead 44-36. I think Lamar Odom is in that $8 to $10 million per year range. I think the Lakers, who are already into the luxury tax, I get that. But if you don't bring Lamar Odom back and he goes to one of your primary rivals in the Portland Trailblazers, you have just weakened yourself as Curry hits a big from the baseline starting this third quarter hot. You can't let him get away.
They've already messed up. As far as I'm concerned, the Lakers messed up when they signed Ron Artest. Nothing against Ron Artest and his talent level. However, you win a championship and then you get rid of one of your key contributors, talking about Trevor Ariza. If I win a championship, I'm staying pat until somebody beats me.
That's
then I
what
go
I'm
make a
saying.
change.
Well, you don't need to change a thing. All you have to do is bring your guys back. Curry is erupting here in Vegas. It's a fadeaway three right there, and the Warriors now trail by 3.
And not just, and it wasn't just that he hit the three. He hit it fading to the right, a right-hander fading to the right, turning against his body and his momentum to knock that down. Yo, this dude is gonna be the real deal.
And he just created a turnover right there. The hard closeout on James White forced the traveling violation. Steph Curry now with 13 points. He's made 4 of 8 field goal attempts. And he has hit 3 threes now in this basketball game.
And just like that, because of the way Stephen Curry has stepped his game up, all of a sudden the Warriors now down just 3 points. And you got to watch him because he's a shooter anyway, and then he can get hot on top of that.
AC Law to Cartier Martin, Lang, and the rebound comes out to James White. Completely out of control. Bowls over the Golden State Warriors, not unlike Shaq in his pregame ritual with the Phoenix Suns last year.
You know, an interesting thing I saw leading into halftime, and it was an interaction between James White and Houston Rockets assistant coach Sean Resper. Sean had to go over and really calm him down.
Really?
And it makes me wonder if maybe James isn't a little bit flustered with the way the Rockets are playing, not getting the rock. I don't know. But in this situation, you've got to let the game come to you or you end up hurting your team.
Well, Cartier Martin right there had it knocked away from him, and he put a bow right into the throat of Brad Newley to make sure that he was going to be the first to go get that loose ball. Not called by the officials, and obviously, if you can get away with it, it's a good play.
I was about to say, it's not a foul till they call it. As far as I'm concerned, whatever it takes, kick them in the shins, stomp on the toes, I am not opposed to a little bit of what most people would call dirty play. I just call it getting by.
I call it winning basketball. I'm not talking about hitting some guy upside the head or anything stupid like that, but those little plays, those little nuanced plays, they help you win. They help you win championships. AC Law misses the layup and Lillard with that rebound.
Well, your partner on NBA TV is an expert.
Oh, James White went for the power plus on Randolph.
He's an expert at those little tricks. I remember Smitty, the first memory I have of playing against Smitty was he was with the Heat. I was with the Lakers. He's coming down the floor. Nick Van Exel is really trying to hound him on the defensive end of the court. So he grabs Nick around the wrist, holds him right next to his body, dribbles the length of the court with Nick Van Exel on his hip. Nick couldn't go any place. It's the small. It was dirty. It was illegal, but the officials didn't see it. So as far as I was concerned, it was a great play, and he was good at all of that.
So it wasn't dirty. It was crafty.
It was crafty. That's exactly right. It's only dirty if they catch you. Until then, it's just a crafty play.
Smitty, if you're watching out there, we love you. We'll see you soon. Steve Smith, fantastic analyst for NBA TV.
All around good guy.
All around great guy. And we have Curry back to Golden State. And he pulls up on White. And he cannot put it down in his eye. Joey Dorsey with that rebound.
And again, the crowd is disappointed because he missed the shot. Expectations very high for this young man.
Very, very high. Will Conroy now, sweet little time. The White pass down to Dorsey underneath, and he is fouled by Anthony Randolph. And for Anthony Randolph, that was either his 4th or 5th foul.
Actually, no, they're calling it on Curry.
They're calling it on Curry, so it was going to be the 5th on Randolph. Instead, it is the 5th on Steph Curry. If you're just joining us, the rule here at the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas, 10 fouls and you're DQ'd.
Yeah, and that's a good rule because the summer league is really designed for young players trying to make it in the league. You foul these guys out, and all of a sudden you don't have it loses its design if you foul guys out. You can't have that happen in the summer league. But Stephen Curry has to be careful though. Fouling out of the summer league is somewhat embarrassing, especially when you got twice as many as you do in the regular season.
And what if it happens in your first game in a professional uniform? Not a good look, but he has shown us a great look with his shot. And Anthony Randolph, how about that touch?
And a lefty at that, so he has an advantage because he's playing southpaw. Automatically as defenders would gear to the right, he's able to come at you from that off angle, and it's very difficult to guard. And then you add the skill set and everything else that he has going for him.
Rockets swing it around. White to Looney, and he draws a foul on Anthony Randolph, so that is number 5 on Anthony Randolph. Randolph with 16, Curry with 13. Leading scorer for Houston is James White with 10.
Martin Lunin, coming out of college, did not get a lot of love as far as the NBA scouts go, but he's showing a very high basketball IQ and understanding of the game, and he's physical and strong enough. He can help some teams as well.
Here is Lunin, passes on that right three. James White with the drive, scoops it up with the left hand, and he did not hit the rim. The rebound comes to Anthony Randolph, goes behind his back. Another fancy dribble move, eluding both Dorsey and White. Now he gets by Dorsey, and falling down, out of control. It's picked off by Conroy, and it is dumped by Brad. The Rockets go up 51-43. So Randolph showed us a lot of fancy dribbling right there, but a little bit too much dribbling.
Yeah, well, he dribbled himself right into a turnover. Sometimes that, after a certain point, you almost lose it, you start tempting fate. Just let it go. Let somebody else bring the ball up the floor. He looked as if he wasn't sure of himself and ended up, because he wasn't sure, he surely turned it over.
It probably should have been Antonio, and it's easy for us to see here courtside the second guess, especially a fantastic talent like Randolph. You make the first move, then you make your other dash move. Then, it's kind of like a truck losing its tires on its way going down the hill. At that point, you probably want to shovel it off.
Exactly right. And the flip side of that, though, is as a player, you start thinking, oh, that was nice. Oh, that was nice.
And then you want to really get the highlight
Exactly.
going, right?
Got to finish it off. I got 2 highlights in. I want to finish this highlight run off, and instead, you end up looking like the fool. Probably would have been better off just letting it go. So, it's a balance. It certainly is a balance. And ego plays a lot into this game. And if you don't have it, you're never going to be successful. If you have too much of it, you're never going to be successful.
No question. But Randolph putting up a line here, 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Stephen Curry, 13 points, only 1 rebound and 1 assist. Curry is 4 of 9. Anthony Randolph is 8 of 13. The shooting in this game for the Warriors, they're 44%. For the Houston Rockets, shooting just 40%. But, and I need to correct myself, a moment ago on that bucket by Newley, I called that points 50 and 51 for the Rockets, when in fact the scoreboard operator is on his game. The second that ball went through the hoop, he had to put those points up on the board. It is 49-43 as we resume action here in Las Vegas. Cartier Martin faces up on Newley, and he knocks it down. Cartier Martin signed for the remainder of the season last year by the Charlotte Bobcats after a 10-day contract out of the NBA DL. Brings the Warriors within 4.
Well, I'll tell you, so far in this game, the guys who were supposed to show up big have shown up big. I think Stephen Curry has shown up. Anthony Randolph certainly has shown up. James White has done some good things. But to me, there's 2 guys really that have shown me more than what I anticipated. Will Conroy has had a good game, and I think Martin Lunin has really stepped up, and then Garrett Temple from the Houston Rockets. Those 3 guys have really, that's the reason this team is winning this game right now. Not so much because of the superstars, Curry and Randolph, but because those other guys have stepped up and played very well.
And I'm happy for Will Conroy. This is a journeyman. He is looking to get a permanent full-time gig in the NBA, and then it's Cartier Martin with an acrobatic, exhilarating, falling down and 1, hit nothing but net, and he has a chance to bring the Warriors within 1. So we can revisit Conroy in a moment, but let's talk about Cartier Martin.
Well, I'll tell you, now this is a young man who comes in. He's got the right size. He's got the right skill set. And a lot of times in the NBA, Rick, and you've seen guys come and go. You get the 1-year guy, and all of a sudden he disappears. The difference between a 1-year guy and a career guy isn't physical. It's mental.
Right.
It's your approach to the game. It's your professionalism. You know, how hard is it for that guy to put down that invitation to go to the night spot? How hard is it for that guy to show up at 8 for a 9 o'clock practice and stay to 12 on an 11 o'clock finish? That's the difference. Cartier Martin is learning how to make those differences count for him.
Here is Noonan off the spin, and travel violation called, and Anthony Randolph is perilously close to foul number 6. So 5:01 to go in the third quarter, and GSW gets it back, down 2.
And don't forget, coming up, you know, we talk about those 55 games coming up. After this one, Detroit facing the Sacramento Kings Summer League. So Summer League games all day today. After that one, we've got the Lakers and Toronto, and finishing up with Milwaukee versus Dallas. I am going to be tired by the end of
No,
this
you're
day.
not. You're going to be pumped up, baby. The hoops just keeps rolling out here in Las Vegas, and you mentioned that next game, Sacramento. Is that an early offensive foul call right there, or was she on?
A little bit of anticipation. It ended up being the right call, but a little bit of anticipation right there. But did you see Will Conroy explode to get over the top and let that one go? Ended up in a foul, but man, that guy is an extreme athlete.
He's got that game. I mean, I've been a big fan of his, and I've gotten to know Will a little bit over the years. He's just a solid young man. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that he has a feckless track record, you know, on and off the court. I just know him as a really superb human being. He's a talented young man. He's got to find the right spot. He's had looks with Memphis when he comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I wish him well. We are tied at 49, and here's Garrett Temple. Can't hit his first shot of the second half, but the rebound comes straight goes to Marty Noonan.
I'm going to go out on a limb. If not this year, at some point in the near future, Marty Noonan will play in the NBA. He can help teams because he's just so smart.
And you got to like his size. I mean, if he is truly as listed at 6'9", 220, every team in the league needs a stretch four.
Exactly.
And I don't know if he quite is the definition of that, but he looks like he might be able to develop into that.
Well, he's got the ability. He's got the mentality to bang. That helps. He's got the ability to knock down that jump shot. That helps. And then he's a smart rebounder, and on defense, he seems to be in the right place at the right time. Basketball IQ-wise, he's got it. Work ethic, he's got it. He's got a lot going for him.
Morris Hill, number 26, he is guarding Green here for Houston. Hill forward, 6'8", 220 out of Garrett Temple. And he's called for the offensive foul. And that was pretty obvious. He was totally out of control. And he gives it back to Nolan.
Always find your official. Always go up to him. Right there, that was a call that could have gone either way. Well, now, bribery is a strong word. When you say bribery, are we talking about monetary bribery, or are we just talking about the fact, hey, you know, Marty? Oh, yeah, I'm all over that. I am all over that. I tried to never raise my voice to Mario Davis, not a known commodity as far as happens is, and it's one of those curses. It's the curse of success. You have some great success, and you start to rely on the success to be your calling card as opposed to trying to build on it. And that's one of those things as he gets older. You got to remember he's only 20 years old, so he's got plenty of time. As he gets older, he'll learn to be more consistent, and his game will benefit because of it.
Loose ball came to Budinger, back up the Rockets underneath the Rod Benson. He is hammered by Anthony Randolph. And Anthony Randolph has got an extended run in this game. Looking at the box score, he is the minutes leader in this game at 25 and counting. That is foul number 6. And
as far as I'm concerned, nothing. I mean, he's shown everything he can show. What I'm really digging about what I'm seeing from Eddie Curry, he understands the game. Right there, I'm sorry, Stephen Curry, he used the screen to get himself open, to better his position. Instead of coming off a little bit early, maybe a little bit late, he waited, hesitated. As soon as the big man got in the right position to give him a good run, and that's why he was able to get down in the paint so deep, because he was patient and he let the game develop as opposed to doing what most young guys do, and that's forcing the issue.
so he splits those free throws. He gives the Warriors a 1-point lead. He is now tied for game high honors. His teammate Anthony Randolph. And a foul underneath on the Houston Rockets. It's called on Rod Benson. Rod Benson, an interesting guy, Antonio. He has a blog. It's called Too Much Rod Benson. And in the eyes of some NBA scouts and NBA general managers, that is too much Rod Benson. They want him to just focus on basketball and not focus on blogging and taking some of the stuff that happens in the locker room out there in the cyberspace. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think there's a place for it, but you earn that place. Rookies shouldn't be talking much. You know, in fact, they shouldn't be talking at all. Rookies are like kids. Seen, not heard.
And he's not even a rookie.
Right.
He's not even an NBA rookie. He's on the outside trying to get in.
And they will hold that kind of stuff against you, because if you don't have the wherewithal to keep your mouth shut at that level, certainly you won't have the wherewithal to keep it shut at the next level.
Or you're starting to make $9 million a year or something like that.
Exactly. Now you're way out of control. So, you know, certainly not a bad thing. You just have to know the time and place, and you have to show some sort of discretion about when you use it.
Double team. Over by Garrett Temple. So Garrett Temple had a marvelous first half. Actually led Houston in scoring at the half with 8. The third quarter has been a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, it's been a step back, certainly. But again, they like him. They like what he brings to the table. So they'll give him some leash to mess up. He just can't continue this trend of being inconsistent and having an up-and-down play.
Randolph says there's no offensive movement at all. I'll just take the shot. He misses. Lawrence Hill underneath. Back to the free throw line. Lawrence Hill making things happen underneath.
And Lawrence Hill not playing at all in the first half of this game. The Golden State Warriors coaching staff going deep into the bench, but that's what you do. That's what Keith Smart and his coaching staff want to do in this summer league. You know, you go with a guy early. He either shows that he can play and he's ready, or he shows that he's ready to come sit at the end. And right now, you know, guys aren't stepping up, and the Golden State Warriors riding guys that are being successful. And Hill, one of those players, showing that he understands the game.
behind the play, Keith Smart and Anthony Randolph having words. It's all good. There's not a
Looks like Smart.
not even a glimmer of controversy. It's all smiles. It's just Keith coaching his guy, Anthony Randolph. And Keith Smart coaching the Summer League version of the Golden State Warriors. Temple kicks it out to Green. Back to Temple. Looks down. Finds the three-point line. Rebound comes from Green.
Bravo!
Bumping over Anthony. He gets the and one. So get Green to the line. Chance to give the Rockets get them back into a tie here with Golden State.
You know, we're sitting here, right next to a guy like Junkyard Dog. More guys need to be like that. You know, Anthony Randolph, for instance, or Chase Buddy, for that matter. They can watch film of this guy and say, look at his capacity and really learn how to have a long. Because here's a guy who couldn't score or shoot.
I ain't touching it.
Nice work, contestants. Now it's up to the advance now to determine who our winner is. Was it contestant number 1? Was it contestant number 2? Was it contestant number 3? And our winner is number 1, Kentrell. You're our winner.
What do you say we bring you back to Las Vegas for the NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports? You are listening live on NBA.com. Summer League
Coming over here.
broadband. Start of the fourth quarter here. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors to a 1-point lead. Here is Curry working hard. And they're working hard on defense as well. Garrett Temple and Darryl Watkins over there. D-ing him up and getting the turnover for Houston.
You know, if you're the Golden State Warriors right now, the best player, offensive player on the floor is Steph Curry, second only to Anthony Randolph. You've got to find creative ways to get him the ball and then get him in position to score so he's not just relying on jump shots.
Chase Budinger with a very impressive jump shot right there. An ultra quick release. He now has 9. The Rockets go up 55-54. Curry the pump fake on Benson, off with the shot. Rebound comes to Lawrence Hill, who's made plays since coming into this game. Shot clock not an issue at all. Anthony Randolph gets into the body of Watkins, into the corner for Hill. Hill needs to swing this one. Backing down Budinger, spins, shoots, and misses, and the rebound comes to Benson. That felt like a ball movement opportunity for Hill.
Absolutely, a 17-foot turnaround jump shot. That's the exact opposite of what a coach wants to see, and he just turns around, really just flings it at the rim. No good results are ever going to come of it.
I mean, I understand you got the ball, but that doesn't mean you get that shot. Darryl Watkins with the traveling violation right there. Tried the pump fake on Anthony Randolph, and he moved his feet.
No, this is a strong young man. He's another one of those guys with a great NBA body, just not quite there offensively to be in the NBA. Maybe a couple more years of seasoning down in the D-League, maybe going to Europe where he can play and be an effective part of an offense.
Here is Curry. Man, is he dogged by Garrett Temple. Fantastic defense. Does get it to Randolph. Shot clock not an issue. The skip to Ingles. And it's good. He could not find a bucket. Barely grazed the rim in the first half, but buries a big three right there. The Warriors take a 2-point lead.
And a smart decision right there by Randolph. He hasn't scored well in the second half, so he gives the ball to somebody else, gives somebody a better shooter on the perimeter another opportunity.
Watkins is double teamed. It's picked off by Steph Curry. He's been making defensive plays. And here's Randolph. Reverse layup. It's Curry to Randolph. Beautiful.
For some reason, I think the guys down in Golden State are going to have a chance to call that a lot in the upcoming years. Great pass right there by Steph Curry, and Randolph showing his athleticism, catches it on the left, finishes on the right.
Anthony Randolph, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Curry with 16 points. James White leads the Houston Rockets with 10. The Warriors 59, the Rockets 55. 7:57 to go in the basketball game. The NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports, live on NBA.com via NBA Summer League broadband. Summer League presented by EA Sports is a good one. The Warriors lead 59-55 under 8 minutes to go in the basketball game. Glad to have you with us. Rick Campbell, Antonio Harvey, and Lawrence Hill knocks that one away. Almost jumped right into the chest of Junkyard Dog, Jerome Williams, sitting about 5 feet to our left. One of the good guys, one of the characters in NBA history. Here's Rod Benson off to Budinger. He just flings it up there. One go. Watkins tried to find it. Bucket, 2-point game. And here's AC Law. And it's turned away by Watkins, but we got a shoulder to goal, and the officials do.
I'll tell you what, Chase Budinger has quietly come in off the bench and taken over this game. He's now leading the Houston Rockets with 11 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He's got 5 rebounds. So again, he's one of those guys, when you watch him play, the motor doesn't rev very high, but he's still being effective.
And he just gets perfect position underneath. Take in. That's an unforced error. He missed a layup in the first half and got great positioning. Should have made that shot, but didn't. But you're right. He's been a nice factor here for Houston. AC Law into the corner for Lawrence Hill. Long with the J. Nice tap out by Ingles. AC Law. He runs into Mike Green. They got a penalty call on Houston's Mike Green, and I agree.
That was a good try by Mike Green, and that was one of those Derek Fisher's plays. If you're Derek Fisher, you get that call. That's a charge if you're a veteran NBA defender. But in the summer league, they're going to call it very, very straight. And I think that there was a little bit of slide right there. So right call by the officials. But like I said, D. Fish, one of the all-time greats at conning the officials.
And he's earned the benefit of that doubt, has he not?
He's still a con artist, though.
Hey, he's just doing whatever it takes to win. Like we talked earlier, it's not cheating if they don't call it. It's just crafty. We just saw Steph Curry fire up an air ball. Had I not witnessed it with my own 2 eyes, I would not have believed it either.
You know, I used to say they should change the name of basketball to deception, because you do spend most of the game trying to fool either the opposition or the officials into thinking you're doing something that you're not. And certain guys, and D. Fish to his credit, and that wasn't a slight on Derek Fisher. I absolutely love the guy. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he's the kind of guy that helps teams win championships. That's what I like so much about.
And Mike Green is out here auditioning for the Houston Rockets, and as we talked about, that third point guard role that looks like it'll be open, and any other team that needs a point guard. He is giving it out here.
All 30 teams will have representatives at this summer league. They're in their directors of pro scouting. All 30 teams will have a guy here watching these games without a doubt. So as far as I'm concerned, this is exactly what, if you're Green, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to come out and show the world that, hey, I'm an NBA caliber player, just give me a shot somebody.
Green hit a big J a moment ago to make it a 2-point game. Houston back with the ball. Here's James White trying to tie it up. His feet underneath, and Joey Dorsey is fouled by Cartier Martin. And speaking of fouls, we got to give you the update on Anthony Randolph. He's kind of sitting down, and he needed a blow. He has 7 fouls in this game. Steph Curry with 5. Nobody on the Houston roster in foul trouble. Will Conroy has 4. He is the foul leader for the Houston Rockets. And again, if you're joining us late, 10 fouls in the NBA Summer League, and at that point you are disqualified. Joey Dorsey with a brick.
Well, and I was about to say, this is going to be an experiment. Joey Dorsey at the free throw line is what you would call an experiment if ever there was one. He's one of those guys, he's so big and so strong, he's always been able to overpower the opposition, so he's never had to work on certain minute aspects of his game. But once he gets to that point where he can control the ball a little better touch around the basket, he'll have chances to score.
But this, Joe Ingles, a chance to bring it up the court, get the Warriors into their offense. Here's Cartier Martin, and he just bowls right into Chase Budinger. And that's a guy who's been around the block against a guy who's about to so he gets the benefit of that situation, basically just bum rushing Chase Budinger, and he finds himself in the free throw.
Well, you know, you look at a guy like Chase Budinger, and he'll learn. His basketball IQ, like I said, is very high. He'll learn how to play the game. But in those situations, you've got to anticipate. One of the things, and this is, you know, not to build myself up, but one of the things I was always good at was anticipating. You know, a guy's coming down. He's coming down hard to his right. If I'm standing to the right, I got to believe he's not going to go there. So I've got to know at a certain point, when he reaches a certain point on the floor, I've got to make a defensive move to try to cut off where I think or where I anticipate he's going to go. Right there, Chase Budinger doesn't do that. He stands in the same spot, makes it a very easy defensive play. In that situation, you change, and then you anticipate what the defense wants to do. If he goes the other way, he beats you. But 9 times out of 10, if you take away the right, most offensive players will end up going to the left. And if you anticipate it, you'll get a call your way.
Cartier Martin gives the Warriors a 3-point lead. Green just checked out for Houston. 7 points, 4 assists. So they're 7 points, 3 assists. The Rockets, gentlemen, have got a really solid play.
You look at you know, again, just strong athletic play by Joey Dorsey, just a man-child on the glass. He makes those types of plays, you know, and he's one of those guys. Because of that, he's going to continue to have a chance to play in the NBA.
Here's Curry, step back Jay. Short with that shot, saved nicely by Lawrence Hill. Here's AC Law, left wing through, left-handed Jay won't go. Golden State's Cartier Martin. So Houston gets it back, Antonio, a chance here to 3 to tie this basketball game with 5:10 to go. And Summer League. Definitely has its share of blowouts. But on the other hand, there are a lot of down-the-stretch games where a lot of these sort of, and I say this affectionately, wannabe NBA players get a chance in the clutch to make plays. And I think we're going to see that here. I get the feeling this one's going down to the wire.
Oh, absolutely. And expect, if this game does go down to the wire, expect Anthony Randolph to start initiating the offense with AC Law and Stephen Curry coming off screens. I saw him working on that in the pregame and in practice. So that'll be very interesting.
Foul underneath. Is it on Randolph or Martin?
It looks like they're calling that one on Martin. Anthony Randolph with a spectacular play to block that ball up top. I thought he got it clean. And to that point, the foul is not being called on Anthony Randolph. Actually, Cartier Martin being called for the foul. And James White, finally starting to look like an offensive player again. Rick, he had a great first half. He had 6 points going into halftime, just 4 points through the rest of the game. No points, or these are his first 2 points, rather, in this fourth quarter. So here's a guy who just hasn't been able to get it going.
Maybe these free throws flick it in for James White. He nails them both. We got a 1-point game. Under 5 minutes to go. Steph Curry, started by Will Conley. And a foul on Marty Looney. That is a tough cover. Try to stay with Steph Curry.
Right, and you can see Austin Carr, head summer league coach for the Houston Rockets. He's telling Marty Looney to step out higher, force the offensive player back towards the sideline. When you don't step out high enough, he's going to go into the bottom and get out there, forcing away from the basket.
Brad Newley, the Australian travel. Brad Newley, the Australian, number 7, into the game for Houston. And Joe Ingles still in the game, number 9 in white for Golden State. They're both Australian. They played high school basketball together. And now they're on opposite teams here at the NBA Summer League presented by EA Sports.
They have high schools in Australia?
They do. Education is taken very seriously in the continent known as Australia. Here we have a loose ball. Who's going to go get it? Newley kept it alive. White, and he is hammered by Anthony Randolph. And that is foul number 8 on Anthony Randolph, who's approaching a rare and dubious triple-double. He has 18 points. He has 10 rebounds. And now he has 8.
They should have a special award for when you foul out, like the all-foul team. Because if you can't play with 10 fouls over the course of a 40-minute game, that's just terrible.
And part of it, too, is the fact that they know they have 10. So they're going to be a little bit more aggressive. Joey Dorsey just taking it and making it. And Houston goes up 64-63. Knocked away from Anthony Randolph.
This game is really shaped up to be a great game. Early on, I thought it was certainly going to be a blowout in favor of the Golden State Warriors. Anthony Randolph was exciting to start the game, but he slowed down a tremendous amount. And to their credit, the Houston Rockets spread the ball around. They've got 12 assists, rather, but it seems like they have a ton more than that the way the ball is moving.
Yikes. Cartier Martin backpedal to the other side of the court after that.
Good missile.
Here's Joey Dorsey. Looking on the other. Ingles comes over to help. To White. To the corner for Brad Newley. Off the dribble. He flies in and he drops the foul. So Brad Newley will go to the line with a chance to give the Rockets a 3-point lead. 3:41 to go. So Brad Newley at the free throw line for the Houston Rockets. 6'7", 201, 24 years old. Trying to get over here to the NBA. He's played in Australia and Greece in his professional career. And that brick by Cartier Martin apparently was contagious from team to team and from field goal to free throw line, because Newley would like to have that one back.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And it's one of those plays that you are a young player coming in. That's a little bit of nerves. And you shoot one, you see one guy shoot one. Maybe it was contagious, but that's the wrong kind of contagion. I know the summer league guys, they want to get that out of here. That's like anthrax. Get it out of here as quick as you can.
Ingles cut off nicely by James White. Here's Lawrence Hill. He is looking for his shot. He takes the shot and he misses it. And the rebound comes to Joey Dorsey, who has played well. He has been that energy guy, that loose ball guy.
6 points, 11 rebounds for Joey Dorsey. Easily leading the league. Anthony Randolph is leading the game, rather. Anthony Randolph with 10 of his own. He slowed down his scoring, but he picked up his rebound.
Dooley driving on Lawrence Hill, had it knocked away by Cartier Martin. The loose ball comes to Hill. Back comes Curry for Golden State. They trail by 2, under 3 minutes to go, and Curry off with that 3. Is he settling on his last 2-3 shots?
Yeah, I think he's maybe a little bit fatigued. You got to remember, this is a guy who, a long game for him was 2 40-minute halves, or 2 20-minute halves. He's had to play the entire game thus far. Maybe the lead.
And there it is. Marty Lewin puts it in. 4-point lead for Houston. About 2.5 to go. Curry has now dropped to 4 of 14 from the field. Off to Davidson. Baseline J. Won't go. Golden State has gone ice cold here down the stretch of this game, and Houston now in control with the Rock up 4.
Now, Anthony Randolph, of all the times in this game, Anthony Randolph getting the break from the 3 to the 2-minute mark, that's when you want your best and most high-powered scorer on the floor.
Well, he's set to check back in at the next whistle. Dorsey off the feed from Newley. And the Houston Rockets and Joey Dorsey will give it back to the Golden State Warriors. Anthony Randolph and AC Law ready to check back into this game. So with 2:02 to go, Golden State with the ball down 4 in game 1 of 55 here at the NBA Summer League, presented by EA Sports, coming to you live on NBA.com by NBA Summer League broadband.
Check. Hey, welcome to the Vegas Summer League. Oh yeah, we're still doing it very good. All right. Everything's good at the Summer League, everybody.
Back to Las Vegas basketball fans. 2 minutes to go. Golden State down 4. AC Law gets the Warriors into their offense. The show by Lunin. Here is Cartier Martin. 10 points in the game. He drives, goes glass, and he scores. We got a 2-point game under 2 minutes to go.
Well drawn up play, well executed play right there by the Golden State Warriors. Getting the ball, taking it to the rim. A lot of times in this situation, you see young guys settle for 3-point shots. Instead, the Golden State Warriors going right to the rim.
Lunin into the corner from Newley. Conroy, the extra pass. Wow, Joe Dorsey with the jam of the game. Got his knees up. I love it. And the Rockets take a 4-point lead. What a dime by Conroy.
I tell you, that's a smart play. Will Conroy showing what he can do as a point guard on the court.
Cartier Martin, an aggressive play, spinning, going baseline, and drawing the foul. That is a veteran move by Cartier Martin.
And that's what veterans do. You know, as a player, when you feel a body, the worst thing you can do as a defender is let the offensive player feel your body. Right there, the defender, it looked like it was Newley leaning on him as opposed to taking away his body so he can't get a feel. And as soon as Cartier Martin felt that body contact, a quick spin to the baseline, and all of a sudden he's right at the rim for a strong layup. That's the kind of play that you want to make.
Martin at the line, and he rims out with that first. He is now 2 of 4 from the free throw line in this game. Cartier Martin, 6'7", 220, out of Kansas State.
Strong, relatively athletic, not the greatest of athletes, but athletic enough that when you combine that with his long arms and his touch, he has success.
Wow. 0 for 2 for Cartier Martin. And those are colossal misses when you consider now we're just over a minute to play in this game. Rockets with the ball up 4. So as well as he has played, you know, you think of, as you called it, Antonio, the scud miss, the 2 missed free throws. Conroy tried to apply the dagger. He could not. Rebound comes to Cartier Martin. Here's Steph Curry. He's going to be looking for his shot. Here's Randolph into the corner. Cartier Martin in and out. Davidson could not get that rebound. It comes to Newly. Now under a minute to go. Do you foul it for Golden State?
I think you have to. Well, no, you want to give it one more defensive shot. See if you can get a stop right here. Then if you don't get a stop, that's when you look at trying to foul. Right there, though, Jamario Davidson, that was a weight room rebound. If he's a little bit stronger, he's able to fight Joey Dorsey a little better and get that board.
Newly blocked by Cartier Martin. Loose ball comes to Dorsey. A shot clock violation on the Houston Rockets. Sticky D by the Golden State Warriors keeps them in this game. They're down for 26.7 to go.
A big possession right here. You get a bucket, and now you can foul maybe a guy like Joey Dorsey if he's on the floor. But what you don't want to do is not score. If you not score, the game is pretty much over because then you got to foul to just give yourself a shot and hope that the Golden State Warriors or that the Houston Rockets rather miss shots as opposed to getting a bucket right here, 2 or 3, as a matter of fact, to try to give yourself a chance.
Steph Curry, boy, he wanted that 3. Off to Randolph with a mega blast, and it's a 2-point game. It was not the first time that we've seen Curry to Randolph with love in this basketball game, and then Curry gets the foul in the backcourt on Will Conroy, so clutch. Free throws forthcoming from 2-time D-League All-Star Will Conroy. Actually, check that. Not in the bonus yet.
Got to get to 10. And once you get to 10, that's when you go into the bonus, I believe, in the summer league this year. But again, this is a chance. So somebody from the Houston Rockets is going to have to make 2 free throws to ensure this victory for the Rockets.
And Anthony Randolph does not want to be the guy to apply this foul. He has 9 to get it up ahead of Conroy, and he is fouled by Stephen Curry. And that'll be foul number 7 on Stephen Curry.
Well, you talk about a guy evolving, and Stephen Curry, to his credit, he evolved over the course of his game. He had, 4 or 5 fouls very, very early. 4 fouls after the first quarter, just 3 from that point forward. So he realized that he can't play the type of defense he was playing early on. He made an adjustment, and he's had some success with it. Offensively, he got stronger as the game went on. You know, he's still not quite the passer I think the Golden State Warriors want him to be, but in an offense like Don Nelson's, you're always going to have chances to pass and get back.
Will Conroy was 3 of 4 in this game from the line before being short with that attempt. So now even if he makes it, it's still a 1-possession game, and the Golden State Warriors still very much alive.
These are clutch, but even with this, the Golden State Warriors still with a shot to send this ball into overtime. Who takes the shot? Well, I'm betting on this young man right here with the ball, Stephen Curry. He's already shown he can knock him down.
Conroy is up into him. Loonan out there helping as well. Off to Randolph, and he turns it over. Did he move the pivot foot?
Looked like they're calling that. He shuffled him a little bit. A little Hollywood shuffle right there.
So a turnover by Anthony Randolph, and Golden State gives it back to Houston. Houston with a 3-point lead here, 9.3 seconds to go. The Rockets officially looking good.
Well, now you have to commit the foul. There's no options. You got to foul the guy with the ball, and this is a bad position to be in if you're the Golden State Warriors.
And Brad Newly was able to play keep away there for a second or 2, down from 9.3 to 6.5. And basically, if Newly can nail one of these 2, it would put it virtually out of reach for the Golden State Warriors. And I think as Newly goes to the line here, you know, Curry's shot selection in the second half, I don't think has been superb. And I also think the pick-and-roll defense out high by the Houston Rockets on Curry has not allowed him really any open looks.
No, and that's what you want to do. If on the defensive side of the ball, take it away. If in a pick and roll, if a team is a pick and pop team, or if the roll is effective, like the Dallas Mavericks, like the Phoenix Suns, then you want to force that team to have to do something different. Don't allow them to be the team. Oh, bad play right there by the Houston Rockets, committing a foul, giving the Golden State Warriors a chance to go to the free throw line. If they get 2, we're down to a 2-point game with 5.6 and another foul coming up. So a bad play right there. You don't want to commit that foul, but you know, so it's all about reading the situation. That was just a bad play on the part of Joe Dorsey.
And Jack Sigma, both pleading with the official and with Joey Dorsey as he comes back up the court. And now we have Cartier Martin at the line, and he makes it. So we have a 3-point game, 5.6 to go.
And, you know, Martin right there did not look comfortable shooting that ball. He looked like he was praying a little bit that the ball go in. As a shooter, you got to feel like every one you take is nothing but the bottom of the net.
Well, he makes them both. Wasn't pretty, but effective. So a 2-point game. And a timeout to the Houston Rockets. 5.6 to go. 71-69 Rockets over. Line in these final seconds. We saw James White makes them both. Clutch free throws from James White and Anthony Randolph.
Conclusion of ball game number 1.